Hello, I'm James from valwyattmarine. Today the sun's shining and I want to show you around this Intercruiser 28 Cabrio that's just moored up behind me. Before I take you on board, I'll give you a quick look around the outside of the boat and point out anything that feels particularly relevant, extras that were spec'd up and features of the Intercruiser range. So first of all, on the bow you can see across this section here that all of the interboats and intercruisers have the rope fendering, but that wider chunky section at the front is called the puddening. That is a factory extra fitted to this boat, and along with that you've got quite a nice detailing feature along here. You've got the S-Tech fitted to the deck edge. So I'll just take you round. It's quite a comprehensive canopy set up on this boat, and I'll try and explain to you how that works. So the main canopy sections are, there's two main pieces really. The forward spray hood that you can see clipped on to the top of the windscreen there, that section is joined to the rear just at this point here. So everything backwards of that can be removed and you can just leave the spray hood in place. I've taken this starboard side out so you can see how that would be out. If you're a sunny day but you want the shade, you can have that out. The rear section is also removable, so you could be in a situation where you've got both sides out and the rear out, or you could just unzip this and fold it right back, leaving the spray hood only, or the final stage would be to remove the spray hood as well, and then you've got a lovely open cockpit boat just with the windscreen. So just before we step on board the boat, what I've done is taken out the rear screen as well, just to give you a true feeling of how it might be on a nice sunny day. And at the same time, I'm just going to walk you around so that you can see the transom of the boat and what arrangement you have there. So you've got a couple of quite good sized deep lockers there, great for ropes, fenders, mooring spikes and that sort of thing. And then you've got a stepped bathing platform going down there with a ladder. And there's your cockpit, which Dutch style. You've got an aft helm position and then all your seating running right the way round there for you. This boat is RCD rated for 8, and in that cockpit space it would easily seat 8 adults in comfort. You'd all be together all around the driver, so it's nice and social and no one's going to feel left out of the action. Other things to point out in there are that the flooring you can see is solid teak, and that base down there, that stainless steel base, I've left it out at the moment, but there is a folding teak table and pole that slots into there. I'll pop that up in a minute so you can have a look at how that looks. Going forward, another thing I wanted to show you, you can see that you've got the spray hood there. This boat was fitted with blackout blinds which are in place at the moment. If those were removed, you'd have visibility right through the screen, and in fact the forward part of the spray hood can be zipped up so that you have air going right through while you're underway. So now I'm down inside the cockpit. Just wanted to give you that view out of the rear over the helm position and then give you a little bit of a walk around in here. I've also taken out the centre section of the spray hood, so just spinning you around there, that gives you an idea of the view you'd have out. I'll just come back to the helm where I am now, and you've got a great view forward. I think that's a good combination given the English weather, because your roof's fully on, you've got loads of fresh air, great visibility, but if the weather changes suddenly, it'll be very quick to batten down the hatches and stay dry. So a quick look at your helm to show you the controls. This boat is fitted with a bow thruster, so you've got that there, rev counter in the middle, and then your gauges across the top, water temperature, fuel gauge, volts, and your oil pressure as well. And then down on the side of that panel, you've got your control for your wipers. The boat's fitted with an inverter, so you've got a 240 outlet there, and that's your keyhole. So all pretty straightforward, easy to use, and ergonomically it looks really nice and stylish. So some other points of detail I'd like to point out while we're up in this cockpit is the amount of storage. So you've got this bench seating as you go around, and as you may guess, but I'm going to show you anyway, under these bases you've got lockers that lifts up, and the storage in there's really quite deep. So I mean, I've got one of the covers there at the moment, but that's huge. That then goes around, there's another lid under the helm position there, and the same on the other side. These little details here are cockpit lights, so they're floor lights, so once they're on you get floor lighting, which is quite good if you're out in the evening, but it won't take your night vision. And then down on this side, that little outlet there is actually heating up here in the cockpit from your air dispatch system. So just before we go down below, as promised, I said I'd put that table in place in the cockpit. So that's I've now set that up. It's very easy, it takes 2 seconds for the pole. That does fold in, so if you just have a couple of drinks, you don't need it right out, and you've got people moving around the cockpit, that could be half that size, but I've opened it out so you can see how it looks. And then we'll go down below. So on this boat, the double berth comes about by dropping the table there. That drops down, as you can probably see by the shape of it. You've got infill cushions up there, and then that whole section turns into your double berth. You've also got storage under the sides, as you might imagine. And then over on this side, you've got shelves there. Your galleys over on the port side, fridge, 2-burner gas hob, and there's your sink. You've got some storage under there, and you see you've got further storage in that bottom drawer which lifts up. Coming round, you've got your controls there. How you can see that bottom right, as I mentioned, the boat has got warm air heating, so that's a controller for that. Waste gauge, and that's your cabin lights. Through in here is your toilet compartment. It's a pump toilet to a holding tank. A little wash basin there and a cupboard underneath. The boat doesn't have a shower except on the transom, where it has got a shower out there. So that rounds up the walkthrough for this Intercruiser 28 Cabrio. This boat is currently for sale. It's on our website, and the best place to see all the detailed specs are on that listing. So I'm going to put the link to that in the description below the video. Click through. Not only will you find the specs of the boat, there's also our contact details there if you want to ask any more questions or arrange a virtual viewing. That's to say, we can arrange a FaceTime call and then walk you around the boat in more detail. Thank you for watching. I hope you found it useful, and we'll look forward to hearing from you with your questions.